Good afternoon. I'm Quentin Rios.
And I'm Christian Taylor, and today he's going to be poking holes in my argument about helium-3 in use of fusion power generation.
Welcome to our cross-examination. So, Christian, you stated in a 2014 report that 38% of emissions were from coal and other oil resources. Can you explain to me why helium-3 would provide a cleaner outlet for emissions?
That's a good question. Let me start off with how the typical reaction goes for nuclear power. Nuclear power in these days is used with the two isotopes, tritium and deuterium. And deuterium is would be maintained in this fusion reaction, but we would be replacing tritium for helium-3, and doing that would allow for the CO2 emissions to be taken out. Currently, CO2 emissions that are produced is from using coal, natural gas, and oil to generate power, and obviously there needs to be a change to that. So using nuclear fusion would allow for us to be able to not have those emissions and still generate the same, if not more, power through a fusion reaction. And with other, not necessarily CO2 emissions, but the current practice of nuclear fission is not a clean process at all. With fission, you create an extra neutron through the use of tritium and deuterium. Now, replacing helium-3 with tritium would significantly reduce neutron generation, which would in turn be a lot less nuclear waste output.
We've got a chemistry major over here. Christian, you stated about the nuclear reactors, but according to my sources, Omar Hurricane, who's a physicist at a top leading university, he stated that nuclear fission reactors are like building a star and that it's projected at $3 billion a metric ton. How would you fund this project of yours?
It would have to go through a rigorous amount of research and development. It has been done. I believe it was the University of Wisconsin. University of Wisconsin. They did create a fusion reaction using helium and deuterium. So there's already a started ability to create a fusion reaction. The amount of money that it would take to start it would probably be a little bit much at first, but as most things go with research and development, it's usually very costly, but there would be a lot of benefit. The amount of power generation that comes out from fusion would be worth it to change it from our current practices in terms of money.
Perfect. And my last question for you today is that currently coal and oil production provides a lot of jobs for the American community and international community. How would helium-3 and the production of nuclear reactors, how would that change employment worldwide?
Well, a couple of things. Yes, it could very well affect the amount of jobs that are currently in place, but at the same time, if you are doing a building procedure for a plant, it could also create jobs through contracting, and the amount of factory jobs would probably diminish, but they would also be replenished through the use of necessary workforce within those nuclear fusion plants.
Perfect. Thank you for your time, Christian.
Thank you.
Thank you.